Thank you for joining with me. We are in chapter 24, The Dream of Specialness. This is section 7, Your Own Beloved Son. We are reading with the Course Companions group with Emily Bennington and Robert Perry, who is the editor of this complete and annotated edition of A Course in Miracles. God, if left to my own devices, my perception will be skewed. I surrender to you everything that I think and feel. Please take my past, plan my future. Send your spirit to redeem my mind that I might be set free. May I be your channel, God, and serve the world. May I become who you would have me be. Do what you would have me do. Go where you would have me go, and say what you would have me say, and to whom. I thank you, God. Amen. We are in section 7, Your Own Beloved Son. How bitterly does everyone tied to this world defend the specialness he wants to be the truth. His wish is law to him, and he obeys. Nothing his specialness demands does he withhold. Nothing it needs does he deny to what he loves. And while it calls to him, he hears no other voice. No effort is too great, no cost too much, no price too dear, to save his specialness from the least slight, the tiniest attack, the whispered doubt, the hint of threat, or anything but deepest reverence. This is your Son, beloved of you, as you are to your Father. Footnote 27, Matthew 3:17. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Yet it stands in place of your creations, who are Son to you, that you might share the fatherhood of God, not snatch it from him. And let's read footnote 28. The two sons here are your specialness and your creations in heaven. What is this Son that you have made to be your strength? What is this child of earth on whom such love is lavished? And what is this parody of God's creation that takes the place of yours? Footnote 29. Yours refers to your creation, your creations, not your creation by God, which explains they and them in the next sentence. And where are they now that the host of God has found another Son that he prefers to them? The memory of God shines not alone. What is within your brother still contains all of creation, everything created and creating, born and unborn as yet, still in the future or apparently gone by. What is in him is changeless, and your changelessness is recognized in its acknowledgement. The holiness in you belongs to him, and by your seeing it in him returns to you. All of the tribute you have given specialness belongs to him, and thus returns to you. All of the love and care, the strong protection, the thought by day and night, the deep concern, the powerful conviction this is you, belongs to him. Nothing you gave to specialness but this is his due, and nothing due him is not due to you. How will you know your worth while specialness claims you instead? How can you fail to know it in his holiness? Seek not to make your specialness the truth, for if it were, you would be lost indeed. Be thankful rather it is given you to see his holiness, because it is the truth, and what is true in him must be as true in you. Ask yourself this: can you protect the mind? The body, yes, a little, not from time, but temporarily. And much you think to save, you hurt. What would you save it for? for in that choice lie both its health and harm. Save it for show as bait to catch another fish, to house your specialness in better style, or weave a frame of loveliness around your hate, and you condemn it to decay and pain. And we'll go down and read footnote 30. It, in this sentence, is the body. To weave a frame of loveliness around your hate probably connects with the previous chapter's discussion, see chapter 23, section 4, of expressing murderous intent in a loving or even lovely form. And if you see this purpose in your brothers, such is your condemnation of your own. Weave rather than a frame of holiness around him, that the truth may shine in him and give you safety from decay. The Father keeps what he created safe, footnote 31. What the Father created and keeps safe is the mind. This sentence, then, is part of the answer to the question from the beginning of the previous paragraph. Can you protect the mind? You cannot touch it with the false ideas you made because it was created not by you. Let not your foolish fantasies frighten you. What is immortal cannot be attacked. What is but temporal has no effect. Only the purpose that you see in it has meaning, and if that is true, its safety rests secure. If not, it has no purpose and is means for nothing. Whatever is perceived as means for truth shares its holiness and rests in light as safety as itself. Let's go down to footnote 32. Whatever, and this is a pronoun clarification, whatever is perceived as means for truth shares in its truth's holiness and rests in light as safety as itself, truth itself. So back to the text. Nor will that light go out when it is gone. Its holy purpose gave it immortality, setting another light in heaven where your creations recognize a gift from you, a sign that you have not forgotten. The test of everything on earth is simply this: what is it for? The answer makes it what it is for you. It has no meaning of itself, yet you can give reality to it according to the purpose which you serve. Here you are but means along with it. God is a means as well as an end. In heaven, means and end are one, and one with him. This is the state of true creation, found not within time, but in eternity. To no one here is this describable, nor is there any way to learn what this condition means. Not till you go past learning to the given, not till you make again a holy home for your creations, is it understood. A co-creator with the Father must have a Son, and we'll go down to footnote 33. The co-creator is you, and the Son is your creation, usually discussed in the plural creations. Paragraph 1 also calls your creations your Son when it speaks of your creations who are Son to you. Yet must this Son have been created like himself, a perfect thing, all-encompassing and all-encompassed, nothing to add and nothing taken from, not born of size nor weight nor time, nor held to limits or uncertainties of any kind. Here do the means and end unite as one, nor does this one have any end at all. All this is true, and yet it has no meaning to anyone who still retains one unlearned lesson in his memory, one thought with purpose still uncertain, or one wish with a divided aim. This course makes no attempt to teach what cannot easily be learned. Its scope does not exceed your own, except to say that what is yours will come to you when you are ready. Here are the means and purpose separate, because they were so made and so perceived, and therefore do we deal with them as if they were. It is essential to be kept in mind that all perception still is upside down until its purpose has been understood. Perception does not seem to be a means, and it is this that makes it hard to grasp the whole extent to which it must depend on for what you use it for. Perception seems to teach you what you see, yet it but witnesses to what you taught. It is the outward picture of a wish, an image that you wanted to be true. Look at yourself and you will see a body. Look at this body in a different light and it looks different. And without a light, it seems that it is gone. Yet you are reassured that it is there because you can still feel it with your hands and hear it move. Here is the image that you want to be yourself. It is the means to make your wish come true. It gives the eyes with which you look on it, the hands that feel it, the ears with which you listen to the sounds it makes. It proves its own reality to you. Thus is the body made a theory of yourself, with no provisions made for evidence beyond itself, and no escape within its sight. Its course is sure when seen through its own eyes. It grows and withers, flourishes and dies, and you cannot conceive of you apart from it. You brand it sinful, and you hate its acts, judging it evil. Yet your specialness whispers, "Here is my own beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased." Thus does the Son become the means to serve his Father's purpose, not identical or even like, but still a means to offer to the Father what he wants. Such is the travesty on God's creation, for as his Son's creation gave him joy and witnessed to his love and shared his purpose, so does the body testify to the idea that made it and speak for it its reality and truth. And thus are two sons made, and both appear to walk this earth without a meeting place and no encounter. One do you see outside yourself, your own beloved Son. The other rests within, his Father's Son, within your brother, as he is in you. Footnote 35. The two sons here are your body and God's Son, your true nature. This is different than the first paragraph of this section, where the two sons are your specialness and your creations. And I just noticed I missed footnote 34. Oh, okay. So here is my own beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. And I'm going to go down and read footnote 34. Matthew 3:17. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." In the above passage, the voice of specialness says this about our body. And now I will pick it up again. Their difference does not lie in how they look or where they go or even what they do. They share a different purpose. It is this that joins them to their like and separates each from all aspects with a different purpose. The Son of God retains his Father's will. The Son of Man perceives an alien will and wishes it were so. Footnote 36, the Son of Man here seems to be what is elsewhere called the sleeping Son of God. See footnote 1 in the next chapter. And thus does his perception serve his wish by giving it appearances of truth. Yet can perception serve another goal. It is not bound to specialness, but by your choice. and it is given you to make a different choice and use perception for a different purpose. And what you see will serve that purpose well and prove its own reality to you. And now please join me for Robert Perry's commentary. Day 287, Section 8 of Chapter 24, Your Own Beloved Son. The first paragraph of this section is so right. We give our specialness everything. No effort is too great, no cost too much, no price too dear to save his specialness from the least slight, the tiniest attack, the whispered doubt, the hint of threat, or anything but deepest reverence. We would spend $1 million on our specialness before we would spend a nickel on certain people. In essence, we treat our specialness like a spoiled only child. Given how much we pour into its every need, what Jesus says in the beginning of paragraph 3 is all the more powerful. All the tribute, the love and care, the strong protection, the thought by day and night, the deep concern, the powerful conviction, this is you that we pour into specialness, really belongs to our brother, and only when we give it to him does it return to us. Can we even imagine taking all that we lavish on our specialness and giving it to other people instead? Another problem with treating specialness like our son is that it means abandoning our real son who we created in heaven. Our real son is a perfect being, all-encompassing and all-encompassed. Why would we abandon the perfect being we created for the sake of our flimsy illusion of vanity? Just as we regard specialness as our son, so specialness itself has a son, our body. Most of the vast attention poured into our body is an attempt to enhance our specialness. This is what Jesus so colorfully describes when he says that you save the body for show as bait to catch another fish, to house your specialness in a better style, to weave a frame of loveliness around your hate. Uncomfortable as it is, we know exactly what he's talking about. But if we are thinking here about someone else's use of their body, then we are conveniently avoiding our own. With our body, the fundamental question is what we use it for. We can use it to boost our specialness, or we can use it to serve a holy purpose. The first may sound exciting. With a great body, you can have the world at your feet. But the problem is that whatever purpose we use it for becomes literally manifest in the body. A corrupt purpose eventually translates into physical corruption. A holy purpose translates into physical wholeness and vitality. And even when the body is gone, that holy purpose still remains. It becomes a new light in heaven, a gift to our abandoned creations that tells them we haven't forgotten them. It seems so tempting to equate our body's specialness with our worth, simply because the body seems to be ourselves. Its senses tell us that throughout each day, constantly whispering to us, "This is you." The objective fact of the body seems to impress itself directly on our minds, proving to us that this is what we are. But how sound is this proof? Jesus makes an indisputable point here. The only thing that tells us that the body is even there is the body's own senses. It proves its own reality to you. How sound is that? Should we really just take the body's word for its existence? Shouldn't we require some independent corroboration? The fact that the body's existence has no outside verification is a reflection of what's really going on here. The body is just a projection of our wish. We first wish to be a body, then we project this wish outward, and then this gives rise to the illusion of a body, giving that illusion a seeming solidity and substance. And why do we wish to be a body? So that our specialness can live through its Son, so that our specialness has a trophy to put on the mantelpiece. We can take this to mean that specialness is set in stone, since it gave rise to the body itself, or we can take it as affirmation of just what a potent force our power of choice is, and then we can use that power to make a different choice. We can use it to reject specialness. And that is the conclusion of Chapter 24, Day 287, Section 7. I think I said 8, forgive me. Your own beloved Son. I love you. Thank you for joining with me.